You know, I figured some epic music for an epic day. Oh, I'm such a mess in the mornings, guys. Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 16th. Absolutely gorgeous outside. And we're doing a follow-up to two different Trooper Steve on patrols. So, you guys know, here in Central Florida, wherever you're watching us, we are a theme park mecca. We are a tourist capital. People visit us here from all over the world, and we always have new things expanding. And recently, the hot topic, I'm sure it'll be another theme park soon, but the current hot topic is Epic Universe. And in my world, unfortunately, they don't get me into theme parks too often, but when new development comes, new structures, infrastructure, and theme parks, obviously we need to redesign the roadways. And our theme park expert, Haley Coombs, has really been focusing on all the expansion that's happening out here, and really invited me out last time to come out and see the very first elevated traffic circle that I've ever seen, and that I think has ever been done within anywhere in Central Florida. So it's now partially open. I know. Only a traffic guy like me would be as excited as I am. And so this is the goal for today. Let's break this down. 10:03 in the morning, 72 degrees outside. It's, guys, if I could do this with the windows open, I would, but you wouldn't be able to hear me. It's perfect to do this. I have a camera on top of the truck to give us a much better angle, which we'll use that in the next few. I don't want to burn it too fast. So this is what we're going to do. If you're live watching us on News 6 Plus, the News 6 app, maybe you're just watching on your website, clickorlando.com, or, which I love, share the YouTube link. Let people see this stuff. It's the only live, we're the only people, only local news who do stuff like this. So share it out. Something, if you like it, maybe you don't. Oh, well, we're going to do some stuff. So this is the goal. Where am I seated right now? So some of the cameras, not the best shots. This one's a little faded because the sun's right in our face. But that is Kirkman Road, all right? Kirkman Road. We are I'm sitting here in the Pio restaurant parking lot. They're closed currently. But the goal here is going to be head south on Kirkman, because I'm right at Kirkman between Universal Blvd and Sand Lake. All right, this traffic circle is just south of us. This is my want. I want to drive south through it. I want to show you a little bit of what we're going to see and how it's been opened up, some of the active construction zone that's still happening. We'll park on the south end of it on Universal Blvd, because Universal loops around, and then we'll show you what it looks like from the sky, and then we'll hit it northbound again. I don't want to hit east and westbound because I don't want to drive into any of the resorts, so we'll just do it that way. Sound good? Let's do this. So, beautiful day, like I said. If you're just joining us this morning, this is an epic update on Epic Universe, on some of the traffic that we have been dealing with out here. And something that got my attention was the elevated traffic circle that has been under some heavy construction, and they just opened it back up within the past week or so, and we're going to come out here and we're going to drive it. Some things that you need to pay attention to still if you're traveling out here, again, the Kirkman Sand Lake area, is there's still a lot of construction. There's still a lot of detours out here, so you have to be super careful. So what do we have to look for here? I have to monitor that southbound Kirkman traffic. We're not going to pull out too fast just because it is still an active construction zone. There's pedestrians out here. There's other tourists that may not know what the heck is going on. So, like I said, still a lot of construction. Look at this. But what's open? What do you see over there? You see that bus? Those buses have been authorized to begin to use some of the bus lanes that have been implemented. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't tell you the truth, right? I was so confused when I first got out here. So confused. I got here about an hour early before the stream, and I did it a few times just so I knew what the heck was going on. you have to pay attention. You have to make sure the phone's down. You have to make sure you are paying attention to the signage. Signage is key. GPS gets a little shoddy out here. So we're southbound Kirkman. I'm sitting right here at Carrier Drive. There is an off-duty law enforcement construction presence trying to let you know, look, these lanes, not for you. They are for buses only. Buses only. There's even signs there that say it. There's a huge red marker on the ground that gives you warnings. So as long as you are paying attention, we will be successful. Here we go. Southbound Kirkman over Carrier. All right. Universal bus entrance only. So we're going to maintain the left travel lane and keep on going. We want to follow the sign to Epic Universe. We want to check out what the new land looks like. So here we go. Speed limit 45 miles an hour. For demonstration purposes, we're just going to hang out in the center lane here. All right. Let's pop up this other camera. Not just yet. We'll wait for a second. But as we're cruising through, we got a guy here, construction, saying scoot our butt over. We're going to scoot on over because they're still out here doing some construction. So you have to pay attention, guys. Probably not the best way to encourage traffic to get over, but as long as you're paying attention, you're good to go. All right, I'm going to move back to the center travel lane, and we are beginning to come up on Epic Universe. There's our top camera of results 1. As we're cruising over the crest here, southbound Kirkman, you're going to begin to see the traffic circle up ahead. What are those lanes to my left? Those are designated Universal Resort bus lanes. They are not for us. So a lot of the construction that got put here wasn't really for general traffic, but it was because it helps general traffic, right? Okay, continuing southbound here, center travel lane. Come up on a resort. This is going to be Helos Grand Boulevard right here as the main entrance to Universal Orlando Resort. We're going to keep going straight. If we wanted to go to Epic Universe, I may stand corrected here. We get to go up on it. So we're going to go, guys. Let's do it. I didn't think we could. We can. We're hopping up. All right. We're doing this live and together. So this is if we wanted to go into the park, it's going to put you up on a ramp here. Do not stop, it says. Look, do not stop. You're not yielding to anybody. Do not stop. Why? Because it's not a continuous circle. It does push you off. So we'll keep on going. This is pretty cool. We got double white in the center there, meaning you are not to cross over. Stay. And then it pushes you. Everybody's required to come off here. That was kind of cool. I didn't know we could do it. So, gotta come on over. My excitement there. Sorry, guys. I got a little wound up. So no left turns here. All right. Where did it just dump us off on? Now it would look to us that would push us off to Universal Boulevard, but it didn't. It pushed us off to Epic Drive because we chose to come to the park. So Stella Nova off to the right-hand side there, and the entrance to Epic off to the left-hand side. And that's where the buses would all pull in. Valet up ahead. Really, really cool. So what are we going to do? We're going to turn back around. Because why are we here? We're here to see that traffic circle. So what just happened? Okay, if you're southbound on Kirkman and you're headed towards the park and you want to go into Epic Universe, you will have to go up into the raised traffic circle. If your goal is to continue on Kirkman, not into Epic or not into Stella Nova, then you'll go underneath it. Make sense? All right, here we go. We're now headed towards Kirkman from Epic, opposite direction. No way to get up on the traffic circle. because there's no need, because they're going to push you off to the right side there. A lot going on here. If I knew I was headed towards the resort over there, towards Stella Nova, I'd keep going straight. But since I want to head south on Kirkman here, I'm going under. Look, you got to pay attention, because then you'll end up in a bus lane. Follow the lines in the road. And where does this bring us? To Universal Boulevard, with Stella Nova on both sides of us. There's a lot going on. So this is give you a general reference of how from the ground it's always real difficult. From the ground it's always very difficult. But I love to call it as the crow flies, right? From the sky. So from Sky 6, we got to see what this looks like and give you kind of a pre-perspective, because now it looks way better. But we flew Sky 6 over here, and the video is pretty cool. So this is what we were just driving. So you see how those two main roads dump out onto Kirkman? That dumps you out onto Epic. All right, so the right side of the screen there. On the left side of the screen, that's Kirkman, southbound, for anybody who's trying to go into the park. So that route that bus is going is exactly the route we just took from southbound Kirkman to Epic. That exactly where that bus is going. And if you weren't trying to go in that area, then you'd be traveling underneath like we had just done a moment ago. So we'll just keep watching that, because it's really good visual of showing you how we were able to be elevated above the roadway there. Really cool construction project, guys. Really cool. And you can see how smooth it is. So is it a true circle? Yes. But is it a functioning circle? Not 100% yet. They may or may not move a barrier. What I saw was it did have the capability of moving some of the concrete barriers. If you see those cones there down at the bottom right, there's a concrete barrier that looks like it can be moved. But it's not a full roundabout. But it's a genius directional if you're following the traffic signs. All right, so coming back out, what we're going to do is we're going to hit it from Universal Boulevard. I'm going to make a U-turn here from destination, and then we're going to come at it from Universal Boulevard so you can see how it directs traffic underneath, and there's no possible way of getting on top of it. So the only way that you're truly driving on the circle, the only way, southbound as a non-universal bus employee transportation, mode of transportation, if it's just us or you're driving out there, the only way you're getting on that circle is if you're intending to go to Epic Universe and you end up traveling south on Kirkman all the way in. That's the only way you're getting up there. Other than that, it really has most civilian traffic or guest traffic. Sorry, my cop language coming out. Negotiating underneath the circle and separating the buses from everybody else. But let's be real. My producer, the webmaster right now, Kathleen, we were just talking about how crazy it is. You go to any theme park and the buses, it's not really their fault, but it gets so frustrating because they pack you on there. They're all over the place. They move differently. It's just a pain. It's nice to see them removed from general traffic. Okay, front camera, here we go. So that's from the dash. I don't like the dash. I like when we have the capability of going up high here. I'm going to work on getting a drone, guys. I'm really going to take the class here so we can launch the drone from here. All right, so from Universal, Kirkman now hits Universal Boulevard. Look to the left. Bus lane only. You're not getting on the bus there, all right? What we're going to do is we're going to continue now northbound on Kirkman. If I wanted to go to Epic Universe or Stella Nova, I would make a right from Kirkman here onto Epic. See, there's no way for me to get up top. Terra Luna, I'd make a left. Where are we going? We are now going underneath, which is really cool. No turn on red here. Signs posted. We're going to wait. So you can see landscape's beautiful. Signage, crystal clear. But what are you required to do? I need you guys to pay attention through here, because if you don't, you are going to get lost. Why? What do we have posted here? We have no turn on red. We have no bus lane only, authorized vehicles only. We have traffic signals for you, the drivers, and different ones for the buses. Red travel lanes, meaning stay away from them. They are not for you. But looking at this, truly, if you go back and watch this stream, they've got it figured out. This is kind of cool. If you're able to separate that theme park traffic with normal commuter traffic, you're able to achieve, not probably minimize some of the crashes, but the flow of things out here, your multi-level transportation. But I can understand there will be some confusion. Let's be clear about that. So as you're going underneath out here, you're now northbound on Kirkman, center travel lane from Epic. Epic would merge in from the right-hand side over there, and all traffic would come together. Bus lanes, we already came southbound through here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it leaves us just south of Sand Lake Road. Lots going on out here, guys. Truly a lot. My goodness. So normally, hear me out. Normally I would say it's like one of those roads, come out, check it out. Like when there's new ramps opened on 408 and I-4, I felt like everyone should experience it, because it's like you feel like a fighter pilot up in the sky. But if you don't need to come out here and you're not going to the theme park, I would not say just drive out here. It's a theme park. There's buses. There's still a lot of construction. Something to keep in mind. Active construction zone still. Watch your speed. Watch for the men and women working, the landscapers out here working. Just because it's the middle of the day does not mean that there would not be lane closures out here. Look right here. We've got them happening right now. Bright as day outside, and usually we have lanes open. So please, if you have to come out here and you're headed out to experience some of what Universal Orlando Resort has to offer, make sure that traffic safety is number one in front of your mind, because you still have to get here safely if you want to enjoy the place. So guys, I am taking a break. Trooper Steve on patrol will have a little hiatus. I am taking the next couple of days off, but make sure you're tuning in to the team, #1 morning team. Love you guys. Please be safe. Keep up with me over on my social media platforms, and I'll see you guys later.